Hi there, Rick Yon speaking. As I was reading the Gospel of John, the thought came to my mind that God became something that he was not, so that we could become something that we never were. Let me explain. In the Gospel of John, we are told that in the beginning of time, in the beginning was the Word, the Logos, the communication of God to man. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. And all things were made by him. And without him, nothing was made that was made. And later on in that passage, we are told, and the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. And we beheld his glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So that little baby lying in the manger is actually God in the flesh. So God became something he never was before, so that you and I could become something that we never were. First, he became flesh. He became human, so that we could understand God in a more intimate, personal way. But he also became sin. He never was sin, but he became sin for us. The Apostle Paul tells us that God made him, Jesus, he who knew no sin, to become sin for us. Why? Why would God first become man and then become sin? The answer is given to us in that same passage in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. So that we might become the righteousness of God. You see, before we were not righteous. Oh, we were righteous in our own eyes. But in the eyes of God, we are sinful and separated from him. But when God became man and then became sin for us, we have the opportunity now to become the righteousness of God. And if you have invited Jesus Christ to be your personal Savior, you have God's righteousness. And that is the reason, the only reason, that God can accept you and me into heaven. And when we stand before God, and he were to ask us, why should I allow you into heaven? Our answer will be, because I possess the righteousness of God in my life. I hope this gives a clear explanation of what is meant in John 1:14. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. Thanks for watching.